Hey guys, it's Madam Warrior. Welcome back to more Saturday morning cartoons. We are in simulator mode, still playing Powerpuff Girls, as voted by you guys in the audience. So now I'm going to show off every character now that we've kind of seen story mode. Unfortunately, I was not able to beat it last week. I actually had more to that video, and it got cut off because the first video I tried to upload to YouTube was beyond the time limit by like 4 seconds. So yeah, and that was a super easy win for Buttercup right there. A lot of people's favorite seems to be Buttercup and Bubbles. I don't know, I'm like always the odd one out that likes the other chick. But anyway, I actually am doing this post right now because it's kind of a sucky game to do live, because it actually does take a lot more concentration than you would think, and then you get kind of just like scatterbrained and sucked into it. So that's why I'm doing this post right now, because I really wanted to talk about the show. I felt like all my thoughts were really scattered last time and just not what I wanted them to be. Like I wanted it to be a much smoother video, so I wasn't 100% happy with how last week's turned out. So anyway, also I think this will be the last video of this game, Powerpuff Girls. This is not the last of Powerpuff Girls at all, but it is the last of this game because there's really not much more to this game, and I hate to just show more fights next week with me talking again. So I apologize for that, but Powerpuff Girls will be back, I promise. So, I guess, hint hint, I kind of have another Powerpuff Girls game in mind, because I could talk about the show for all day, basically. Anyway, here's Bubbles. Probably the most loved Powerpuff Girl, I would say, just because she's like the sweet, innocent, little girlish one, if that makes any sense. She's like the cute one that everybody liked. Which, of course, I like the bossy one because that's how I was as a kid. I was like bossy McBoss pants, like totally. My ideas were the ideas that went. Oh, I was so mean in some cases, but even my friends to this day were like, "You were so bossy!" It's like, I know, oops. But anyway, growing up with 3 sisters, it's like that's what you had to do. You had to have your say somehow, so it was like crazy. So anyway, I want to start talking about the show. A lot of you commented the same favorite shows as I named, mainly the Rowdy Rough Boys and Beat-Alls, because those were absolutely fantastic episodes. You know, hands down, those were probably, I would actually say, the 2 most popular episodes ever. Beyond just being my favorite, I feel like they were most people's favorites. And the Beat-Alls one even was kind of geared to an older audience too, so I feel like that even brought more audience members to the show. Another one that I feel like had a huge impact on me, I don't know that I saw this in the comments anywhere, but it's the one where, I can't remember the name of it right now, which sucks, because as soon as this is over I'll remember the name of it. But it's the one where the whole town goes black and white because of the mime, and Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup end up making that band and singing that love, 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 makes the world go round. I love that. And the whole town comes into color and he becomes a clown again. I had a coloring book that was absolutely nothing but that episode once. It was so fun. I loved that coloring book. But then again, I had like 5 coloring books of Powerpuff Girls, all different episodes. I feel like that one was another huge one because of the song at the end mainly, and that song was even on the CD. I don't know how many of you had the CD. I had it since, you know, right after its release. It was like the Pokemon CD for me, and it still is. Like, that's how well I know these songs, the Powerpuff Girls songs. It had like, Blossom's theme, which was the BLOSSOM. Then it had Bubbles theme, Buttercup theme, the oh shoot, Signal in the Sky. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but that CD was absolutely fantastic, and I still love it, and me and my best friends will still talk about it and go back to that CD and be like, how do we remember all these words still? It's just like the Pokemon CD, only for Powerpuff Girls. So that's what I meant last week too when I said I need to get out the CD and listen to it. Yeah, so also another episode you guys talked about a lot in the comments was the episode, there were two. The episode where the girls all become dogs because they go after the dog statue thing that I pointed out in the bank last video. I forgot to go to the bank very much. Or was it in the bank? I don't know, but it was somewhere. Little dog head that turns them all into dogs. A lot of you said that was one of your favorites. And a lot of you said also the one where, you know, they're just playing. They're playing Powerpuff Girls in their house as the Powerpuff Girls, just playing on a rainy day at home. And some of the comments were kind of like a mix. I think I don't know if you guys had kind of two episodes in mind that kind of got mixed together, but also like the sleepover one with Mojo, where Mojo just like plays with them. It's hilarious. I love that one. Yeah, there are so many great episodes. I can't even name them all. Out of all my favorite villains, I didn't really point this out last time. I do love Mojo. He never gets old. I guess I'll name my top three, because I do really love Mojo, but it's like he's kind of the villain you have to love because most of the show is geared towards him. My other two favorites were always him, because he's like the really flamboyant, like devilish dude that really doesn't make much sense, and Princess, definitely. I loved all the Princess episodes. I think another reason I loved the Princess episodes was even though like Buttercup was the tough chick and Bubbles was kind of the, you know, cute, innocent one, I feel like with Princess, like Blossom was always the one to stand up to Princess, not the other two. They always kind of like fell behind, and it was always Blossom facing off Princess, which I absolutely loved because Blossom was my favorite. That's probably why I like those episodes so much. So, that's probably, you know, just something I remember about that makes me like her even more. Anyway, here we see Sedusa facing off Buttercup, which, let me just tell you that the Powerpuff Girls are much tougher to beat as computer players. Also, I want to reference to Blue-Eyed Girlie's comment. She talked about in the good old days of like cartoons when they had that thing where certain cartoon... Okay, I don't know what this glitch was right there either. I really have no idea why I fell through the floor, but anyway, going back to what I was talking about. Where, anyway, Cartoon Network had a competition to see who was president of Cartoon Network, and she brought up the instance where Blossom lost to Scooby-Doo. Oh my gosh, the second I read that, I started laughing because I remember that so well, and that was something I had, like, pretty much completely forgotten about. So, oh my god, like, that's just so funny, going back and remembering that, and I remember, because I never liked Scooby-Doo, I always could not stand that show. I guess I'll just put that out there. So we may not see any Scooby-Doo in Saturday morning cartoons. I was always just frustrated with that show. I was like, good god, they're such idiots. They could just finish this mystery in 2 seconds, but instead they take a half an hour, and one of my more favorite shows comes on after this, so why is this taking so long? I was never a Scooby-Doo person, but, anyway, so when he beat Blossom, I was like, what? What? I was so mad. I loved how in the good old days Cartoon Network had you vote for so many things, too. Like, remember they'd have the, like, Speed Racer week where all the cartoon characters would race and they'd play like oldies cartoons? Those were epic. and just any of the cartoons were like the best. I don't know. I wish they still had that. But anyway, I need to start wrapping things up because this video is almost over. Please continue submitting your thoughts and comments about the Powerpuff Girls. And I promise you this isn't the end of this cartoon, it's just the end of this game. So we'll have a different cartoon next week, and we'll be back to this later. So thanks guys for watching. See you next time.